Hi, everyone. This week is the 12th week in Ordinary Time. It is a green season because we are growing in our understanding of Jesus and his teachings. This week's Gospel is from the Gospel of Mark. On that day, as evening drew on, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let us cross to the other side." Leaving the crowd, they took Jesus with them in the boat just as he was. The other boats were with him. A violent squall came up and the waves were breaking over the boat so that it was already filling up. Jesus was in the stern, asleep on a cushion. They woke him and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" He woke up, rebuked the wind, and said to the sea, "Quiet, be still." The wind ceased and there was a great calm. Then he asked them, "Why are you terrified? Do you not yet have faith?" They were filled with great awe and said to one another, "Who then is this whom even the wind and sea obey?" In this week's Gospel, we hear an amazing story. Jesus and his disciples were in a boat and a big storm broke out. Somehow, despite the storm, Jesus was asleep. I wonder how Jesus came to fall asleep. Maybe his disciples weren't talking to him. Maybe they were having their own conversations and forgot about him. Maybe Jesus knew he had God's protection and knew he didn't need to worry. Maybe he was exhausted from teaching and helping others. In any case, Jesus was asleep. His disciples became really afraid of the big storm. They were afraid they were going to die. I wonder how they came to be afraid they were going to die. Maybe they forgot about trusting God. Maybe they had fallen asleep in some way also because they had stopped noticing that God was there with them. In any case, they were afraid. They woke up Jesus and asked him if he cared that they were going to die. He got up and told the storm to stop. And it did, and things were calm. It is amazing that just like that, Jesus stopped the storm. His disciples were so surprised that they were asking themselves who Jesus was, that the wind and sea obeyed him. Then Jesus asked his disciples why they were afraid and why they didn't trust God. The gospel doesn't tell us their answer, maybe because they didn't have one. Why didn't Jesus wake up on his own and calm the storm? Why did the disciples have to wake him and ask for his help? Maybe there is something to learn there, that we also play a small role in calming storms by bringing Jesus to the storm. Have you ever experienced a time when you were really scared and had forgotten that God was with you? Maybe you let Jesus fall asleep too. Can you imagine in the middle of that fear and yes, that forgetfulness about God, that Jesus would come to our rescue anyway? Can you imagine what a relief that would be? But we do have to wake up Jesus and ask for his help. Jesus is always coming to help us even if we don't deserve it. Even when we let him fall asleep and we forget about him. And when that happens, we are amazed, just like his disciples. And the miracle is that it turns out that even when we let Jesus fall asleep and forget for a little while, we don't completely forget. Somehow, when the storms are bad enough around us, we remember that God is there and beg for help. But we have a responsibility because we have to be the ones to wake up Jesus and bring him to the storm to calm it.